and gentlemen, my name is Aria, and this is my new channel in which we'll be talking about the novel of Agatha Christie, Murder on the Orient Express, one of Hercule Poirot's adventures. And we're gonna have it's gonna be kind of like a blogging series of 10 entries, each one of 5 minutes, in each entry I'm gonna explain 3 chapters of the book, and then we're gonna discuss it. And so, yeah, let's get started. We're starting with part 1, chapters 1 to 3. Okay, so how does it all go down? Well, it starts with the detective Poirot in Syria. He's taking the Tarex Express to a few days holiday in Istanbul, in which he is accompanied by Lieutenant Dubois, who is thanking him about saving him and solving the mystery, in which, well, they exchange some pleasantries, and they eventually, well, he boards the train. In the Tarex Express, he's accompanied by Mary Debenham and Colonel Arbuthnot, which they're both British, and they seem to know each other. They are quite chatty. They are not quite chatty at first, but they eventually become a little more friendly with each other, and they exchange a little conversation in the passage, and eventually the Tarex Express comes to stop because there's a fire in the engine room, so they're fixing it, in which Mary appears to be quite anxious about it because she has to take in Istanbul the Orient Express, so she's quite worried because she can't miss that train. And so while they have in the last stop, they stop to take the air, and so outside the train, while Hercules enjoying the views, watching the countryside, he watches as Mary and the colonel, how they exchange a few chat, and how Mary talks about how she enjoys the countryside and would like to stay. And when going inside the train, we can hear the colonel telling Mary that they will be able to do that once everything is over. So we start getting a little trace that we're gonna have a possible case of Hercules solving, and this is just chapter 1. Now, once we're in Istanbul, we see the detective arriving to his hotel, in which he has 3 letters and a telegram. The telegram, it's informing him that there's been a development in the Kastner's case, and that it's imperative that he returns to London, so he makes an immediate arrangement to take the Orient Express to London. Once at the train station, he's at a restaurant waiting to board a train, in which he finds a friend of him, Book, which is the director of the company of trains in which they will be traveling, and he will be accompanying him in the trip. So they eventually chat up and eat together, and while dining, he gets quite intrigued by two. Seeing Ratchet, he immediately sees him a little suspectful. He doesn't like him very much. And well, while finished dining, they meet up in the lounge, eventually to board the train. However, Hercules informed that the train is full and that there's no room available in first class. However, thanks to his friend, Book, he's able to share the suite with McQueen, which was arranged for Mr. Harris, which never arrived. So he's sharing the suite with one of the American men that we saw there. Well, that's a wrap for chapter 2. And lastly, for chapter 3, what happens is that once on board the train, while dining, Hercules taking a look at all the passengers and analyzing them, and well, he's looking at the other 13 passengers, which is an Englishman, an Italian man, Ratchet, McQueen, Mary, the colonel, the Princess Dragomirov, and a Scandinavian woman, 2 other women dining with Mary, an English-looking couple, and lastly, Book, who is dining with Hercules. Once the meal is over, the dining room empties, and so we only have Hercules alone, and then Ratchet approaches him and tells him that his life is greatly threatened and that he is willing to pay quite big quantities of money by offering his protection, or well, in this case, his services as detective to find who wants to kill him. and to which the detective replies that he isn't interested, that he doesn't want the money, that he just takes cases that he's quite interested in, and to what Ratchet is quite surprised that he isn't like thrilled about the money, but to and so Ratchet asks, why won't you take the case? To what Hercules simply replies is that I don't like your face. He tells guys, Ratchet. So that's the summary of the first 3 chapters of Murder on the Orient Express. And to be quite honest, I do like the beginning of the book. I do like these 3 chapters. I think that they are a great introduction to what the novel will be about. That we start getting little glimpses of the upcoming mystery. We see that there's a threat. We see that some characters do know each other, like Mary and the Colonel, and we see the ability and skills that Hercule possesses, and like the status and reputation that he has. To be honest, I quite like the beginning of the book. I think it's not slow. It's really easy to read, really easy to understand to all kinds of readers, especially if you're not a keen reader, which usually takes a hard time reading a book. I think that this novel is a good one to start with because the beginning is easy to digest. It quite catches you in the first chapter, as with the comment that we have of Mary and the Colonel when they are boarding on the plane, that when it's all over, they will be able to run to the countryside. So I think that that's quite intriguing, that we can see that there will be an upcoming mystery, and I mean that's quite like what made the catch to me and how I kept reading the book. And I think that it's really characteristic of Agatha Christie's writing style. I think that this is my second novel of her. I've read also And Then There Were None, and I also liked it a lot. That's why I chose this novel. And well, I want to see what keeps happening. So guys, keep your notifications ready. I'll be posting more blogs about the book, the next upcoming chapters, and so stay tuned to see what happens with Hercule Poirot on board on the Orient Express. Thank you.